What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of August 10th and the 11th of 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all. Hope everybody had a great week. Welcome to the weekend. Let's see what's in store. We're going to look at Saturday first. Got that sun still in Leo. Leo season is in full effect. Trying to find fun, happiness, of course. Singleton there, the only planet or luminary body, as the sun is, in Leo, dignified. So keep that in mind this weekend as we're getting ready to see Mercury almost make that ingress, but not quite. Venus in Virgo, trying to understand a lot of things, be analytical, have a realistic approach to what does make our heart happy, what makes things more fun, what brings out more love in our life. These are things that are going to continue to be important. The moon's going to finish up in Libra on Saturday, and it is going to come into Scorpio and square Pluto. Dun dun dun. So we get the moon coming into its fall position, squaring the ruler of Scorpio, Pluto, and that's at it's a big 0 degree square. So Saturday definitely brings some intensity. The moon's also going through the path from 25 Libra to 5 degrees of Scorpio, known as the Via Combusta. So expect Saturday to definitely test us emotionally. Make sure we can walk through, that path. Make sure that we, are kind of forged by fire in some ways, and it could bring a level of intensity that maybe we weren't expecting. Could also be something that's intense but brings out fun, brings out, certain realness to life. But don't be surprised if you can feel something palpable in the air that's trying to have us maybe investigate deeper into certain feelings we're having, especially with the moon finishing in Libra. It could be around relationships, with people, different things of that nature. If we're not feeling in alignment, if we're feeling, disharmonious in life right now, we could have some deep, intense realizations of what's going on there. So definitely kind of expect Saturday to give you a kick energetically. Can have us obsessing over certain things, so we got to know how to detach, got to know how to let things kind of move on. The moon's also going to quincunx to Uranus, so being able to find that uniqueness and own your individuated self is key. But being overly obsessive or connected to other energy could be, could bring up emotions for sure. I'll just put it at that. And they could be maybe shocking or bring some revelations at the same time. So not bad. We are seeing, of course, Neptune and Uranus in a sextile. That's pretty crazy. That's building up. I haven't talked much about that. We'll talk more about that. But there's a little yod energy to the moon as well, as Mercury is getting ready to yod with Neptune and Pluto again this weekend. So definitely a lot of fated moments here. Trying to figure out, I think, a high level of relating to ourselves, a high level of relating spiritually, a high level of relating to others, and how we feel about certain things. There could be some spiritual questions we might have about certain connections, people, places, or things in our life that could definitely be showing themselves. As we move to Sunday, we're going to see the sun come to 19 degrees of Leo. We're going to see the moon not square that sun until Monday. So that's not going to happen this weekend. But the moon in Scorpio is definitely trying to find the emotional depth and try to find things that it can feel really good about, but sometimes it has to learn to let go of things here. So we might be having to let go of something. A big revelation comes up Saturday, Sunday comes, and we're like, ooh, better be able to kind of part ways with this energy, be able to be okay with change, and not be too emotionally stubborn, which could bring up some deep, maybe trauma or intensity in our lives. So we're trying to figure that out. But we do get really nice energy in the late evening on Saturday and in the morning. And in the afternoon with the moon sextiling Mercury and Venus in Virgo. So, I think when things are being real and things are balanced and they make sense, then they make sense. We could be searching pretty deep for certain answers and certain emotions that we want, maybe from others, maybe from ourselves. I think a lot of it does have to do with that relationship energy. Lilith and the South Node, Juno now in Libra. We're building up to a solar eclipse in Libra. It's hard to not bring up the relationship part of life. So dealing with some of that, but then the moon's going to make some, biquintiles over to Mars and Jupiter, and it will quincunx that Mars and Jupiter by the end of the night. So kind of like trying to understand this journey we're forging in our life that we're crusading off for. And maybe, this weekend brings up like, do we have the guts for it? Do we have the gusto? Do we have the emotional fortitude to get through some things? And I think we do, as long as we can understand our passion, understand what the heart wants, and like stay in that heart-centered place. Then it's pretty easy to know what's best and what's pure, instead of getting maybe lost or feeling disconnected from that energy within. But yeah, that's the weekend. It's not so bad. Definitely intense though, and we can feel like we're walking a little bit of a fiery path emotionally, and trying to understand a lot of things and get our passions in order and dial up our creative fortitude in life. And there's a lot of like real things that can happen too that can trigger certain emotions or depth of feeling as well. So to navigate that depth, be able to get deep in that water and alchemize it, right? Right. Right. Absolutely. We got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like the rock bottom card. Um, I mean, I feel like this is a weekend that kind of digs deep at a lot of feelings in our life, and those feelings can trigger a lot of mental reflection. We want to make good choices. It's still North Node Aries. Like, we want to be defining. It's Leo season. We want to be defining. We want to be initiating forward. That's what it's all about. I mean, just the mental loops are gonna feel like maybe a pit, kind of like you're stuck at the bottom of something. But it's the action you take that really does put things into perspective this weekend. So definitely try to get through the fire without feeling like it's the end of the world, or this rock bottom moment maybe that could come up is the end all be all. It's just a moment. Things will pass. We can learn from these things, and we don't have to let our emotions also tie into our mental of a really weird spiral. Let's get back in that heart. Remember, Leo season, sun's the only thing there. Got to remember to use that sun in Leo right now and stay in a heart-centered place for yourself, for others, and for things that you're trying to create and manifest and make happen. I love you all. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all Monday. Much love. Peace.